Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with my advanced orchestra class. We're going to be talking about radical rhythms. Everybody say?
Radical rhythms!
Okay, so we had another name before, but it was really cheesy, so we changed it. So this is mainly for my beginning students, beginning band, beginning strings, but also intermediate level. If you're new to rhythms, this is definitely for you, okay? Two places you can get this music, rapidnotemusic.com, click on Radical Rhythms, or you can go to your Google Classroom page for those of you who have access to my Google Classroom. So, if you don't mind, let's pan down here so we can get this right there. Perfect, thank you. First and foremost, because this is the level 1 study, this is Radical Rhythms level 1. Are you guys giggling over there? There's a lot of giggling going on over here. Okay, so some of you may not know this. Let me just, you stay right there and I'll just do it like this. Can you see that? Oh, perfect. Okay, so this is new to some people and I don't want this to be something where I'm giving some examples. You don't know what I'm talking about. How's that right there? Cool. That basically, I know it looks like a small pizza. I already had lunch, so we're not going to worry about that. This is actually a whole note. Everybody say whole note?
Whole note.
Okay, and how many counts does whole note get?
4.
And this gets 4 counts. But I also want you to know that there's a rest, and it is a whole rest. Everybody say whole rest?
Whole rest.
And a whole rest basically looks like a bowl. Everybody say whole bowl?
Whole bowl.
Okay, so this is a whole rest. And what is the difference between a rest and a note? A note we play, but
Rest we hold.
a rest we count.
Oh, okay.
Count. Okay, we rest, we count. But do we ever stop on a rest?
No.
That doesn't mean stop, it just means count. Okay, so this is a whole rest, and it's also worth 4 counts. Okay, and as you start reading music and you get used to this, it'll make more sense. Okay, so this is a half note. Everybody say half note?
Half note.
Half note, and a half note gets 2 counts. Everybody say 2 counts.
2 counts.
Nice. And it also has a rest. By the way, every note has an equal rest, okay? Because if you didn't, then you just have a bunch of noise all the time, okay? Which is like my classroom. Oh!
But you speak way louder than you do.
It's true. Okay, so this is a rest, and this would be a half note rest. Everybody say half note rest?
Half note rest.
And of course, a half note and a half note rest, always, they each get how many counts?
2.
2 counts. And then the last one that Radical Rhythms Level 1 uses is a quarter note. Everybody say quarter note?
Quarter note.
Quarter, it looks like that. Okay, this is called a quarter note. And a quarter note gets how many counts?
1.
Just gets 1 count, that's all. And then the quarter note rest is easy to spot because it looks like this. Nothing else in music looks like that. It's got that weird squiggly thing. Kind of looks like my hair in the morning. Okay?
It always does.
What? Okay, so that is a rest, and this is going to be called a quarter rest. Won't bother with the note rest, but here we go. Quarter rest, and it gets just 1 count. Okay, so let's look down here at level A. I want you to see something right away. It's out of here. So, I do like to practice with a metronome. You don't always have to practice with a metronome, but when you're learning, it's helpful. So I'm using this Dr. Beat right here, and this is a really fancy machine. I operate this from a foot pedal. So sometimes I'll practice with it, or I'll use it in class instruction.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And it counts
1,
to me, right?
2,
Now, I'm going to go ahead and set it for 90,
1, 2, 3,
which
4,
is
1.
the first count that I have right here. Now, you can use any metronome setting you like, but I have 90, 100, and 110 listed. So let's just take a look at line A. Which line?
A.
Oh, you guys are so smart. I love it. Okay, so on line A, I don't recommend you writing in your counts all the time. This is just something that I do if I'm teaching people who have never read music before, don't understand how rhythms work. This is just a quick way to map out where the counts are. Okay, so I'm going to go 1. Okay, and then 2, 3, and 4. And this is in the time signature of 4/4. By the way, the top number 4 means how many beats per measure. The bottom number 4 means what kind of count is getting the beat. In this case, it is the quarter note that we're counting. Okay, now we're going to move over to the second measure. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to notice I put this 2 and 4 here in parentheses. The reason is because these are rests, and you're not going to make any sound there. This is a half note, and half notes are always worth how many counts?
2.
2 counts. So it's going to be a 1, and you're going to hold it all the way for beat 2. This is starting on beat 3. You're going to hold it for beat 4. Here on 2 and 4, you're not going to make any sound at all. Okay. Then you have right here 1. Again, you're going to hold it for 2, and then this will be on 3 and 4. This is a quarter note rest. We'll put a 1 there, and this will be on 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to use my nifty machine here,
1, 2,
and I'll
3,
clap.
4,
Actually, you know what? I got my bass drum
2,
here.
3, 4, 1.
How's
2,
this?
3, 4, 1.
I like that one. Okay,
3,
so I'm going to play
4,
line A. You
1,
can hear what it's
2,
going to sound like.
3,
Ready?
4,
Begin.
1,
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now you can also clap that like this.
3, 4,
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
But we have one problem.
3.
The problem is,
1.
whenever we're playing on our instruments, and this is what I want you to do. I like that you count. It's good that you clap it, just like I did. But the most important one is that you play. Now notice when I play, I'm going to go ahead and play on my nifty trumpet here. When I play, I'm going to hold the note over so that it carries. I'm going to get counts 1 and 2 here, and this is going to last for count 3 and 4. But then there definitely will not be any sound on those rests. So this is what it would sound like if I was playing on an instrument.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
Okay, a little bit of scratch there at the end, but never mind that. You've got several lines to practice, and I advise that you go ahead and write in 1 line of counts. You could write in more, and then erase them. So do it in pencil so that you don't always read your handwriting. You actually have to start doing something where you're reading music. Let's go down here to Rhythm Challenge. You see that on there, Rhythm Challenge? This is the big one. This is always going to be 2 lines. I recommend you practice this one. You can clap it, you can count it, but the Rhythm Challenge has to be played on your instrument, okay? Now, there'll be exceptions. I'll allow people to clap it when we're learning it. But the same thing. You can write in all your counts first, if you need to, okay? Some of you guys intermediate level who have a little more familiar with music, you don't need to do this. But if you're just starting out, it's okay to do for now. But on later studies, I would advise that you do not write in counts, because then you're just reading your handwriting. And if you do that, the last line will look like this. It might help you learn it just a little bit faster. But music is not just in making these little notations. Music is actually in playing your instrument. So as soon as you can, don't clap and count. Get your instrument out and start playing all of these. Okay? So I'll have more videos out for level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. We'll talk about some other rhythms. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Peace out.